Next, we have head men's tennis coach Chris Gustas.
Hey, thanks for coming. The men have been going for about a month now. We started January 16th, and I've been really happy with how practice has been going. The guys practice pretty hard. They take things seriously, and they seem to get out of practice what they're supposed to be getting out of it. And the thing that I've also been really happy about is that they do a really nice job of taking what we do in practice, and I can see them applying it in the meets even that week right away. So far we played Bethel. We had that on the same day as a meet with Bethany Lutheran. Split, lost to Bethel, beat Bethany Lutheran. And then last weekend we played a meet against Springfield, which is a Division II team. Against them we won 2 out of 3 doubles, which was big for us because they're a pretty good team. And our number 1 doubles has not lost this year. So they're really off to a great start. Bethel's a good team, and Springfield was as well, and getting those number 1 doubles wins, those were almost like statement victories. Like, I really expect a lot of that group this year. As far as our returners, we have our whole varsity has varsity playing experience from the years prior. A couple of them, one of them was not a regular varsity player, but has played on varsity in the past. So I think that's kind of a benefit for us right now. We have a lot of experience on the team. We have, some of our top guys are also older guys who not only are bringing experience in terms of their play, but we have some good senior leaders. Right now, our number 1 player is Brandon Hornbeck. He's been a leader for the team for a few years now. When your best player is also your hardest worker, you have something good going on. And then the rest of the guys just follow in line. And I think that we also have, people behind him for when he graduates next year that are going to take over that. In terms of our goals for the season, looking at everything but specifically singles, being able to decide when to play offense, when to play defense, and how to do that is where my focus has been. For doubles, controlling the net. In tennis, the closer you are to the net, usually that means that you're on offense, and you want that. It helps you with angles and taking time away from your opponents and those things. So in doubles, just learning how to get to the net and how to control it once we're there. We've been practicing hard, and what my message to them has been is we practice hard, we prepare hard so that when meet day comes, we don't have to think about all these things. And then on those days, we just play. And lastly, the goal that I always have in mind that goes into everything is making sure that we have a team atmosphere and that the team comes first. And they've just done a really great job with that in everything. It's an individual sport, and so sometimes you don't always get that, but this team definitely has it. As far as the conference, tennis is almost always the conference is won by Co. And they're very solid this year. They have, I think, maybe one of their better teams that they've had in a while. Usually coming in second is Luther College, and I think that this year, and a lot of other years, but this year we are the next challenger up. Wartburg, since getting a full-time coach about 10 years ago, has been slowly kind of trying to make its way up and catch Luther, and we're as close to them as ever. We have a shot, but we do still have work before that day comes. As far as the rest of the conference, can't take anything for granted, but I am expecting us to take care of business in a lot of those meets. Any questions?
You mentioned Brandon Hornbeck. Other guys that you're looking to have in those leadership roles this year?
Yeah, so we have a guy from Tokyo. His name is Fumiya, and he's a little bit different of a leader in that he knows a lot about tennis, but he can't his English is good, but he's not going to be a vocal leader. Okay, so a lot of the younger guys I'm noticing are watching what he does and learning from that, and he's got a really calm demeanor, and I kind of like that about him. We've also got Connor Barnard has been playing 3 for us. A lot of energy from him. That's one way that he can lead our team. And then we have a few other guys. Jeremy Ellerby comes to mind. One of those guys that just is a tennis nut and knows a lot, like could be the coach if I all of a sudden went down. And the other varsity guys, it's a good group. We have Sam Nettleton, another guy kind of like Jeremy, but also a little bit more quiet. And then Will McDonald is another high-energy guy. Sam and Will actually had a win over a Division II team against Springfield, and they did it just by, smart play, a lot of energy, and by cooperating, working together. I really liked them working together on that day. Anything else?
You mentioned your number one doubles on
Yep.
who are playing those spots.
Connor Barnard and Brandon Hornbeck are. It's really fun to watch because they just get all. I mean, you think of tennis as this like quiet sport with guys with polos on, but they're just. I mean, they're not disrespectful, but they are high energy and they're loud and it's intense and it's fun.
So they have a little attitude.
It's yeah, yeah, but it's the way that I say it is like. As long as the attitude is coming toward each other and you're feeding off each other and it's not toward them, you're not being disrespectful and the etiquette is there. Yeah, and I actually really like, when we line up and play 3 doubles matches that we've got 3 courts that I can hear talking to each other on the court and they're also getting feedback from the courts, one to the next. So, we just played at Co against Springfield, but for, the whole time we were playing doubles, it felt like a home meet because we were so loud and cheering each other on, and we had some JV guys there helping out with that too.